Module 8 Space.
Good morning, dear students. Let's start our lesson. Theme of the lesson: UFO talk. Aims: to reduce meaning from context in unsupported extended talk. To understand specific information and detail in extended texts. Do you know what does UFO mean? Unidentified flying object. What do you know about UFO? Task number 1 for you. Please write your opinion in your copybook. Task number 2. You can watch a video about the UFO festival.
In Roswell, New Mexico, one story always makes headlines, and that is really anything involving alien life.
For Space Week, debuting today on the Weather Channel, our own Dave Malkoff visited the city known for a 1947 UFO incident and its Space Festival held each 4th of July weekend.
There's only two ways you can think of this old alien autopsy film. Either it's evidence of the greatest conspiracy in American history, or it's just a lot of fun. Where are we, Sandy?
We're in Roswell, New Mexico at the Alien Festival.
Sandy with an I came from Texas. Jacob here. Is this a phaser or a blaster?
Yes.
Or a disruptor?
Uh-huh.
He's from Colorado.
It's 8 hours. That's all I can say is 8
all he
hours.
remembers.
Wait, even when you close your eyes are still open.
Yep.
That's freaking me out. Over the weekend, in 98-degree weather, they came for the tchotchkes.
These are actually gourds. All of them are gourds.
What would you do with this?
Oh, they're just for fun. I was at Roswell. Here's my
gourd. But remember when I told you
Donald R. Schmidt.
there's people
I'm a best-selling investigative author.
who don't joke around with Roswell?
My name is Tom Carey.
They were here too.
First week of July, 1947.
And there was a severe lightning storm.
The Air Force initially said they had captured a downed flying saucer.
What do you think happened out there on the crash site?
Discovered this huge debris field.
Was it your family that crashed out there?
No.
No?
No.
It was someone else's spaceship?
Yes.
Well, one thing's for sure.
That is not what they look like.
When I see these aliens here, that's not what the aliens actually look like.
No.
Only a true witness to Roswell can describe the alien. They could look like this.
They could look just like that.
I'm gonna abduct you. Come on, here we go.
A bulletin from New Mexico.
Recent theory tells us it went down
The finding of a flying disc.
because of bad weather.
The fact that the object may have been struck by lightning. There was a mid-air explosion.
So what did we learn here in Roswell?
There's something covered up. We just don't really know what.
And did real ETs come out of the craft?
But as one of the gentlemen said, they sure weren't from Texas.
I've met some people here in Roswell that make me believe that yes, quite possibly.
We're transplanted Texans, but we live here now.
Wow.
Wow, unbelievable. Winged Helmet Lady, I love you, and I love your music. That was cool. That was really neat.
So all week long, we've got tales of fact, fiction, fun, and new findings all during Space Week.
Task number 3. Answer the questions. What is video about? When does it take place? Where is the festival celebrated? What do people do in the festival? Why is the festival celebrated? Task number 4. Now read the title or the text the introduction. What do you expect to read about? Read through to find out. In Students' Book Action Exercise 4, page is 99.
Exercise 4, page 99.
The truth isn't out there. Or is it? The annual UFO Festival in Roswell, New Mexico, attracts thousands of visitors each year to this remote desert town. This year, we sent travel journalist Ruth Bradley to take part in a new UFO discovery tour to visit key sites in the area, where the famous 1947 Roswell UFO case unfolded. Did her out-of-this-world experience make her a true believer?
When I was first asked by my editor to report on a UFO discovery tour, my heart sank. I just couldn't understand why I was being sent. Me, a true skeptic. A few days later, I was greeted at the airport in New Mexico by the tour's friendly guide and the other enthusiastic UFO spotters in my group. We were driven to the hotel along busy freeways lined with UFO diners, UFO souvenir shops, and even UFO motels. Little grey aliens stared down at us from billboards and road signs with huge insect eyes. I couldn't help smiling at these amusing sights. If nothing else, I had the feeling I would be having some fun on this assignment. The following morning, we were taken to the spot in Roswell where a cattle farmer, Mac Brazel, came across some large pieces of metal and a huge hole in the ground on the 8th of July, 1947. Our guide told us that shortly after Mr. Brazel reported what he had seen, the newspaper wrote that he had seen a flying saucer. The next day, however, they changed the story and reported that it wasn't a UFO at all, but simply a weather balloon. I wandered away from the group and looked around in the grass, half hoping to find one last piece of debris from the craft. Instead, I disturbed an enormous rattlesnake and quickly made my way back. I had to admit, the story so far was fascinating, and I found myself looking forward to the next stage of the tour, where we would be shown Building 84. This was the huge aircraft hangar on the old army base where the remains of the strange craft were taken to be examined. It was an impressive sight. Eyewitness accounts later described the craft as unlike anything that had ever been seen on Earth. They said it was made of a material as light as plastic, as strong as steel, impossible to burn, and covered in strange hieroglyphics. Others described seeing alien bodies. The day ended with a visit to the UFO Museum, and I was fascinated by some creepy sketches of alien bodies on autopsy tables, which were drawn by a nurse working in the base hospital at the time. As we headed back to the hotel, I stared up into the starry night and couldn't help wondering if anyone or anything was looking down. The next day, we visited the town of Socorro, where in 1964, Lonnie Zamora, a respected police officer, reported an oval-shaped object with two small creatures inside. As he drew near, blue flames burst from the craft, and it soared into the sky. When Zamora came back with other officers, all that could be seen were burn marks on the ground and strange footprints. The locals in this area have many stories like this one, and I asked whether we were going to go back home with a UFO story of our own. Wait until tonight, the tour guide told me. That night, we camped out in one of the Nevada desert's UFO hotspots. As we looked up into the dark sky, one couple from Phoenix, Arizona, told me about the night in March 1997 when they saw a weird formation of lights hovering above the city. They weren't alone. The strange phenomenon had been witnessed by over 10,000 locals, and there is even video footage of it. I was a bit disappointed that I saw nothing worth photographing that night. What better souvenir to take back to the editor than a photo of a real UFO? I'm still doubtful whether UFOs and aliens exist. However, after spending a night under the stars in the eerie Nevada desert, I have to admit that if intelligent life from a far-off world decided to land on Earth, I wouldn't be at all surprised if this was the place they chose to visit.
Task number 5. Listen and read the headlines. What do you think happened in this incident? Exercise 1, page is 98.
8A UFO Tour. Exercise 1, page 98.
A. The 8th of July, 1947. Flying saucer captured on ranch in Roswell region.
B.
Strange wreckage and alien bodies examined at Roswell Army Base.
C.
Police officer reports sighting of alien spacecraft in Socorro, New Mexico.
D.
Thousands witness strange lights over Phoenix, Arizona.
Task number 5. Listen and read the headlines. What do you think happened in this incident? Exercise 1, page is 98. Task number 6. Read the text again. 7 sentences are missing. Match each sentence A to H to the gaps 1 to 7. There is one extra sentence. Justify your answer. Your reflection. Your reflection. Can you understand specific information about UFO festival? Which purpose? Your homework. Learn new words. Exercise 1, pages 98. Visit website of the International UFO Museum and Research Center at Roswell, www.roswellufomuseum.com, and find out more information about the crash near the Roswell in 1900. Okay, my dear student, the lesson is over. Goodbye. Okay, my dear student, the lesson is over. Goodbye.